As with any high-profile case, a number of suspects emerged. One was George Griscom Jr., a suitor who had courted Dorothy despite her family's disapproval. Griscom was in Italy at the time of Dorothy's disappearance, which seemed to provide him with an alibi. Another was a chauffeur who had worked for the Arnolds. There was no evidence to link him to the case. Each suspect was thoroughly investigated, yet none could be definitively connected to Dorothy's fate. Despite his alibi, George Griscom Jr. remained a figure of interest. Dorothy had spent time with him in Boston shortly before her disappearance, and there were rumors of a secret engagement. Griscom maintained his innocence, but his reluctance to cooperate fully with the investigation raised suspicions. His letters to Dorothy, found among her possessions, hinted at a passionate but troubled relationship. Was there more to their story than met the eye? As detectives delved deeper, they uncovered a possible secret rendezvous. Witnesses reported seeing a woman matching Dorothy's description near the home of a known criminal. This lead suggested she might have been lured away or kidnapped. However, without any concrete evidence or further sightings, this theory remained speculative. The mystery of where Dorothy had gone and why continued to perplex everyone involved. Theories about Dorothy's disappearance abounded. Some speculated she had eloped with a lover, while others believed she might have been the victim of foul play. There were even suggestions that she had suffered a breakdown and wandered off, or that she had been abducted and taken abroad. Each theory seemed plausible in its own right, yet none provided a definitive answer. The lack of evidence kept the case wide open. Dorothy Arnold's disappearance had a profound impact on New York society. It highlighted the vulnerability of even the most privileged individuals and brought attention to the darker undercurrents of city life. The case became a topic of fascination and fear, discussed in parlors and newspapers alike. It also underscored the limitations of law enforcement and private detectives at the time, who struggled to solve the mystery despite their best efforts. Despite the passage of time, the search for Dorothy Arnold never truly ceased. Her family, particularly her father, continued to believe she was alive somewhere. They hired new detectives, re-examined old leads, and even consulted psychics. Yet, each new avenue Dorothy Arnold was the epitome of early 20th century high society. Born into wealth and privilege, she moved through the elite circles of New York City with grace and poise. A Wellesley College graduate, she had dreams of becoming a writer. On December 12, 1910, Dorothy left her family's lavish mansion on the Upper East Side, dressed impeccably, and set off for a day of shopping in Manhattan. Little did anyone know, it would be the last time she was seen alive. Dorothy's day started like any other. She visited the Park and Tilford candy store and made her way to Brentano's bookstore on Fifth Avenue, where she purchased a book of essays. She was seen by several acquaintances, all of whom reported her to be in good spirits. Around noon, she met a friend, Gladys King, and the two chatted briefly before parting ways. It was an ordinary day in the bustling city, but Dorothy Arnold would soon vanish into thin air. When Dorothy failed to return home that evening, her family grew concerned. Parents, Frances and Mary Arnold, initially tried to keep the matter private, fearing scandal. They contacted family friends, including John S. Keith, a lawyer, and they hired private detectives to search for Dorothy discreetly. Despite their efforts, no trace of Dorothy was found. As days turned into weeks, the family was forced to go public with her disappearance. The case quickly garnered media attention, and the press dubbed it one of the most baffling disappearances of the century. The New York Police Department was finally called in, and a full-scale investigation was launched. Detectives scoured the city, interviewed witnesses, and followed up on numerous leads. They combed through Dorothy's personal life, scrutinizing her relationships and her ambitions as a writer, but nothing seemed to offer a clear motive or clue. As the weeks turned into months, Arnold family became increasingly desperate. They offered a substantial reward for any information leading to Dorothy's return. Despite the numerous tips and sightings reported, each lead turned out to be a dead end. The Arnolds, prominent in New York society, faced mounting pressure and scrutiny. The scandal they had so desperately tried to avoid was now headline news. One of the few clues that emerged was a letter Dorothy had written to a friend shortly before her disappearance. In it, she expressed frustration over her failed attempts to get her writing published. She had been rejected by several magazines, and her aspirations seemed to be at a standstill. Could this disappointment have driven her to leave her life behind? The investigators considered this possibility, but found no concrete evidence to support it. In later years, new theories emerged, fueled by advancements in forensic science and criminal profiling. Some experts suggested that Dorothy might have been the victim of an early serial killer, while others posited that she had assumed a new identity to escape her life. Modern investigations revisited the case files, hoping to find overlooked clues or connections. Despite these efforts, the mystery of Dorothy Arnold's disappearance remained unsolved. Decades after Dorothy Arnold vanished, the questions surrounding her disappearance still linger. What happened to her on that fateful day in December 1910? Did she meet with foul play, or did she choose to disappear? The lack of closure has left her story as one of the most enduring mysteries in American history. It's a tale that continues to captivate and frustrate, with each new theory adding another layer to the enigma. The disappearance of Dorothy Arnold remains an unsolved enigma, haunting chapter in the annals of true crime. It serves as a reminder of the fragility of life and the limits of human understanding. As long as the mystery endures, so too does the fascination with Dorothy's fate. Her story is a testament to the enduring power of the unknown, a dark and tantalizing puzzle continues to intrigue and mystify those who dare to delve into its depth.